Sarah was confident her son was getting a great education, but a shocking news report made her question everything. Stay to find out why and improve your English listening skills. Hello and welcome to our English story for intermediate learners. I will speak in slow and clear English so you can understand everything. Today's topic is a fascinating real-world issue: why parents often think their kids' schools are great, even when the general public disagrees. Here is how our lesson will work. First, you will listen to the complete story in English. Then, we will review the story with both English and Spanish text to help you understand. After that, we'll study key vocabulary and a useful expression. Finally, we'll finish with some questions to test your comprehension. Let's begin. Sarah was a proud mother. Her 10-year-old son, David, was a bright and happy fourth grader. She had chosen their neighborhood specifically for its highly rated public school. Every morning, she felt a sense of satisfaction as she dropped him off. The school building was modern and clean, and she had a friendly relationship with David's teacher, Mr. Evans. From her perspective, everything was perfect. Last week, at the parent-teacher conference, Mr. Evans had praised David's progress in math and his creativity in art projects. "David is a pleasure to have in class," he said, handing Sarah a folder of his work. "He's right on track." Sarah left the meeting feeling confident and reassured. She believed the positive articles in the school's weekly newsletter and the smiling faces she saw every day. Her son was clearly getting a good education. That evening, while David was doing his homework, Sarah turned on the national news. A special report began: The Great Education Divide. The news anchor spoke with a serious tone. "A new poll shows a shocking disconnect," she announced. While over 75% of parents believe their own child's school is providing a good education, less than 30% of the general public says the same about the nation's schools. Sarah leaned in, curious. The report showed interviews with people on the street. "I think our schools are in crisis," said one man. "Test scores are falling behind other countries," added a woman. The screen then displayed charts and graphs showing declining national reading and math scores over the last decade. An education expert explained the data, pointing to issues like underfunding, teacher shortages, and outdated curriculum. The information was alarming and completely different from Sarah's personal experience. The expert called this the perception gap. He explained, parents see their child's dedicated teacher and the school's new playground. They are involved in a local, positive community. The public, on the other hand, sees the national statistics and the political debates. They see the big picture, which is often less optimistic. This made sense to Sarah. She loved David's school, but she had never really thought about the national education system. After the report ended, Sarah sat in silence for a moment. She looked over at David, who was finishing his math worksheet. Was his good education truly good enough to prepare him for the future? Was her satisfaction based on reality or just a limited, local view? She felt a new sense of responsibility. It wasn't enough to be involved in her own son's school, she needed to be an informed citizen. That night, she opened her laptop and started researching, looking for the bigger picture. Great! Now let's review the story with English and Spanish subtitles. Sarah was a proud mother. Her 10-year-old son, David, was a bright and happy fourth grader. From her perspective, everything was perfect. Sara era una madre orgullosa. Su hijo de 10 años, David, era un brillante y feliz alumno de cuarto grado. Desde su perspectiva, todo era perfecto. At the parent-teacher conference, Mr. Evans had praised David's progress. Sarah left the meeting feeling confident and reassured. En la reunión de padres y maestros, el señor Evans había elogiado el progreso de David. Sarah salió de la reunión sintiéndose segura y tranquila. That evening, she turned on the national news. A new poll showed a shocking disconnect between parents and the general public. Esa noche, encendió las noticias nacionales. Una nueva encuesta mostró una sorprendente desconexión entre los padres y el público en general. The report showed charts with declining national scores. The information was alarming and different from Sarah's personal experience. El reportaje mostró gráficos con puntuaciones nacionales en declive. La información era alarmante y diferente a la experiencia personal de Sarah. An expert called this the perception gap. Parents see their local school, while the public sees the national statistics. Un experto llamó a esto la brecha de percepción. Los padres ven su escuela local, mientras que el público ve las estadísticas nacionales. She realized she needed to be an informed citizen. She started researching to understand the bigger picture. Se dio cuenta de que necesitaba ser una ciudadana informada. Comenzó a investigar para entender el panorama completo. Now, let's learn some key vocabulary from the story. Confident. This is an adjective. It means feeling sure about your own abilities or opinions. Sarah was confident in David's school. Reassured. This is an adjective that means feeling less worried or anxious about something. After talking to the teacher, Sarah felt reassured. Disconnect. This is a noun. It means a lack of connection or communication between people or things. There was a disconnect between parents' views and public opinion. Alarming. This is an adjective. It means worrying or frightening. The national statistics were alarming to Sarah. Now for our expression of the day. The expression is the bigger picture. This phrase means the situation as a whole, not just the small, individual parts. Sarah realized she needed to see the bigger picture of education, beyond just her son's classroom. Okay, time for some questions. I will ask a question, pause for a few seconds, and then give the answer. Question 1. How did Sarah feel about her son's school at the beginning of the story? Answer. She felt very confident and satisfied. She believed it was a great school and that her son was getting a good education. Question 2. What did the news report say that surprised Sarah? Answer. It said that most parents were happy with their own child's school, but the general public was very worried about the nation's schools as a whole. Question 3. What did Sarah decide to do at the end of the story? Answer. She decided to become a more informed citizen by researching the national education system to understand the bigger picture. Q1. How did Sarah feel about her son's school at the beginning? A. She felt very confident and satisfied. P1. ¿Cómo se sentía Sarah sobre la escuela de su hijo al principio? R. Se sentía muy segura y satisfecha. Q2. What did the news report say that surprised Sarah? A. It reported a disconnect between parents' views and the public's view. P2. ¿Qué dijo el reportaje que sorprendió a Sarah? R. Reportó una desconexión entre la opinión de los padres y la del público. Q3. What did Sarah decide to do at the end? A. She decided to research to understand the bigger picture. P3. ¿Qué decidió hacer Sarah al final? R. Decidió investigar para entender el panorama completo. Congratulations on finishing this lesson. Practice is the best way to improve. If you want more English stories like this, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell so you don't miss our next video. What do you think about this topic? Is it similar in your country? Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.